few years ago, not many people had heard of OKR, Objectives and Key Results. Today, thousands of organizations across the world have successfully adopted the framework, supported by hundreds of articles online that explain how to get the most out of your own OKR program. The most important question, however, remains largely unanswered. That question is, what is OKR actually for? To find out what OKR is for, let's first have a look at what OKR really is. OKR is two different things. It's a way to structure goals, and it's a goal management methodology. Some of the information that you'll find online is confusing because people tend to not differentiate between these two. You can pretty much structure any goal as an OKR. In an organization or team, when you often collaborate with dozens or hundreds of others, clarity is really important. Structuring goals as OKRs takes a bit more time and effort, but the upside is that you have a lot more clarity about your intentions. If you want to learn more about how OKRs help you gain more clarity of intent, I recommend you to have a look at the article below. You'll also find a link to this article in the description of this video. Now, OKR is also a methodology, or framework if you like. That framework helps you run a successful goal management program in your team or organization. The OKR framework is a set of best practices that prescribes all elements of a successful goal management program, such as how often to set goals, on what levels to set them, and whether or not to make all your goals transparent. When you read on the internet that key results need to be ambitious, for instance, you're reading about the OKR methodology. You could decide to structure goals in your organization as OKRs, but to not adopt the OKR methodology. You could also decide to adopt the OKR methodology, but to not structure your business goals as OKRs. At Perdoo, we strongly believe in the value of structuring goals as OKRs. This is why we've made that a requirement of being able to work with our software. We know now that OKR is a way to structure goals, and that the benefit of structuring goals as OKRs is clarity of intent. It is still unclear, however, what the purpose of OKR as a methodology is. The OKR methodology can be used for two different purposes. One, to manage people, or two, to lead an organization and team towards a desired future. Let's have a look at the first use case, using OKR to manage people. This is what I also call the HR use case. It takes your employees as a starting point and answers the question, now that we have all these employees, what should their goals, what should their OKRs be? In this case, your OKRs are often very output focused, and the vast majority of your OKRs will be individual OKRs and personal development goals. In this use case, OKR becomes an employee performance management tool, where individuals are the focus. This often results in OKR as a tool to ensure employees are doing the things that managers want them to do. The other use case focuses on using OKR to lead your organization and teams. This is the use case that we've built Perdoo for. We don't take your employees as a starting point, but we take your organization as a starting point. Organizations all have ambitions, and their ultimate ambition is typically reflected in their mission and vision. OKR bridges that gap between today's reality and that desired future. In order for your organization to get to that desired future, it needs resources, such as people. To allocate these resources wisely, direction and leadership is required. This direction and leadership comes from company and team OKRs. These company and team OKRs communicate where everyone needs to go, what the priorities are, and how everyone is progressing. These are the OKRs that help you align your employees behind the common goals of the organization. There is still room for individual goals, but such individual goals then define what someone needs to do in order to help the company or team achieve its OKRs. Such individual goals that describe what you'll be doing is what we call initiatives at Perdoo. OKRs measure desired outcomes, and only measuring them is not going to help you achieve them. Just buying a skill is also not going to make you lose weight. It is therefore crucial that your OKRs are supported by such initiatives. To help people reach their full potential and to get the most out of your resources, you need to create an environment in which people can perform well. That means, amongst other things, that you need to lead them to success. You need to give them direction and show them what is most important right now for their team and for the company. That's exactly what that second use case is for. To sum it all up, we've seen that it is important to differentiate between OKR as a way to structure goals and OKR as a goal management framework. Structuring goals as OKRs gives you increased clarity of what your real intentions are. The Goal Management Framework OKR can be used for two different purposes. Before you get started with the OKR methodology, it's important to first decide what you are planning to use it for. At Perdoo, we believe that the OKR methodology is a great way to help you lead a team or organization. So that is also what we've built our software and services for.